PlayStation Drive is starting. While you wait, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon on YouTube to be notified of future goodness. If you enjoy our show, we'd love it if you gave us a 5-star review or rating on your podcast service of choice. To continue the conversation, join the Carpool Gaming Discord, where you can find a wholesome community to have a chit-chat with. For some exclusive content, you can also support us on Patreon. And finally, don't forget to check out the Carpool Gaming website for an awesome range of merch. Links to all that and more are in the show notes, but without further ado, let's get revved up for the PlayStation Drive. Whoa! What's up, everybody, and welcome to the PlayStation Drive, episode 191. I am your temp host, Fulia.
Wait a minute. You messed up the intro. No. You messed up the intro. It's the all-wheel drive. It's the all-wheel drive.
Please. What? The what?
Joining us today is Bowsah from the Xbox Drive. How you doing, Bowsah?
Hello. Just had a little nap. I'm all energized and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, let's go. And of course, the bear and the squirrel, Ron and Matt. How you guys doing?
Doing well.
Doing well. Riley King in the chat. Ryan has not been replaced. It is Ryan Turford's birthday, so we're wishing good old Ryan good birthday times. Hope that they are having a wonderful birthday weekend. Mm-hmm. Ryan Turford is irreplaceable. We're very happy to have Bowsah.
Yes. So as you can all see, Ryan is not here with us this weekend, but that is all good. They will be back next weekend to continue the show. But without further ado, let's jump into some housekeeping. New Patreon content over at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming. And you can go check out Bowser's Pants episode, which is out right now. Mm-hmm. Go check it out. Give it a listen. And we've got Garrett will be up next. So once that question post goes up on the Patreon, make sure to shower him with all of the love and the questions.
That's right, Dr. Bland.
Yes, the doctor will be wearing the pants this coming up week.
Interesting.
We have early access to the mini indie van right now on the Patreon. Please, I would love it if you guys could give it some feedback, give it a listen, and don't forget that you can pop a 7-day free trial so that you can listen to it, plus a myriad of other Patreon exclusive
All the
content.
shows.
All of it. All of them.
Good luck. Good luck listening to that in 7 days.
Yes. We know you won't get through it all.
It's impossible.
No, exactly.
It's literally impossible. Yeah.
It's impossible, unless you can control time.
Yeah. Quick note, though, about the Patreon. Recently, Apple has introduced an arbitrary 30% fee for Patreon users that sign up via the iOS app. So Apple iPhone users just try to avoid, paying on your phone. Use the desktop version,
That's right.
the
Hop
web browser.
on Netscape Navigator. Get it through the browser.
When you're signing up for the Patreon instead, that way you don't get hit with that 30% fee. Because we don't want to be giving all that money back to Apple.
30%.
They get enough. Yeah. They get enough money already.
Apple's fine. They don't need 30%.
Yeah, just keep it in house. We're good. But also, with all of that, Patreon content does also come with some really cool Patreon content, including the exclusive, the Nintendo Drive post show, among other awesome exclusives like the Campfire. Campfire is also a good fun time to listen to as well. Mm-hmm. So please go check it out. All right, we've got some extra stuff going on here at Carpool Gaming. You can go check out Sean's Assassin's Creed Shadows review over on the YouTube channel. It is up right now. Please go check it out. Chuck in your comments and, give Sean all the love because he put in a lot of effort with that. You can also visit the Carpool Gaming website for some awesome merch, carpoolgaming.com, where you can get stuff like this awesome PlayStation Drive t-shirt and, of course, a whole lot of other awesomeness. So please go check it out. And while you're there, you can also gift merch while we're live on Twitch. And yeah, just go to carpoolgaming.com, select the merch you want to give away in chat, and then select the Twitch gifting option. And then it'll run a little giveaway in the Twitch chat. And then we'll get everybody that's on YouTube to run over to Twitch so that you can enter the giveaway. And of course, you can give us reviews, 5-star reviews or ratings on your podcast service of choice. And, if you do, we'll read them out on the show for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, housekeeping is now complete. Let's jump into what we've been playing this past week, and we're going to start with Bowsah. Bowsah, what have you been playing this week?
Boy. Well, you know how much Ron likes to call this the all-wheel drive, so let's start out on Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
I started that Xenobabe Chronicles X, of course.
Preach, Bowsah.
I am a
Preach.
Xenobabe.
Yes.
Let's go.
So I had to play.
Ron.
Got a beautiful green-haired character, just like me. Let's see. I'm out there fighting monsters and saving the world. I am
That's actually
Californian
pretty cool.
now.
You Californian, yeah.
I'm
That's
Californian.
Right.
I live in
Episode. I was like, yeah.
New LA.
It actually works
It
in
works
this game.
now.
It actually works.
It's like he knew this was
perfectly.
coming, so having a good time so
It's
far.
a true Xenobabe.
Yep.
True Xenobabe. He knew
I
it.
think I'm about
I knew it.
7 hours in or so. I'm having a good time so far. The music is popping off in there. Let me tell you, there's some
As
wild
expected.
soundtrack. So happy with that. Over on the Xbox side, I recently completed Split Fiction, co-op
Hey,
game
nice.
from Hazelight Studios. I
Nice.
played with community
nice.
member
Congrats.
Riley. We had a blast. That game is awesome. If you have anyone that you can play games like that with, do it. Just drop whatever you're doing, get that game, and play it. I'm telling you. It'll blow your mind.
But what if you don't
It
have
is
friends to play with?
fantastic.
What
Then
if you don't have friends?
I think you do have friends, so you're all right.
Matt, you don't have to worry.
Well,
You have plenty of people
I
you can
wasn't I wasn't asking for myself. I was asking for a friend of a friend
play. Well,
who does not have a friend.
unfortunately, your
Right?
friend of a friend is going to be out of luck.
It is co-op required. Maybe you should pop into the Discord and see if you can find a friend that way.
Yeah. Carpool's
That's
got a
how
lot of
you do
friendly
it.
people there. So
We got
somebody
a lot of
Yeah,
nice
exactly.
people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've also been slowly chipping away at Doom 2016. I'd never played
Nice.
it before, and I'm kind of like trying to get in the mood for Doom: The Dark Ages coming out here soon. Well, you know what? Let me just pop in there. I'm just gonna smash some people, cut them up with chainsaws. I mean, just run and gun it. Let's go,
All right.
tearing people
It's fun.
up. So
That's the
Yep.
right game for it.
that is the one, man. We're having a good time. But I did play something recently on PlayStation. I'm sure you'll all be happy to know.
Oh,
Come
Okay.
hitting all the
Look,
consoles.
none of our hosts do, so that's you're welcome.
There you go.
Hey,
Wow.
All-wheel drive.
I resent that statement.
Unfortunately, the game I finished recently was Horizon Call of the Mountain on
Okay.
PlayStation VR 2.
Very nice.
Look, there are VR people out there. All
Yeah,
four. All four of you.
I'm one of them.
Dozens.
And yeah,
Dozens. Dozens.
that game ain't it. Let me tell you.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
Like, if this is
Damn.
PlayStation's like Hallmark VR2 game, that ain't it, man. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
pushing
why Sony's
it.
so quiet on
They're-
VR. Maybe they're like, yeah, maybe this isn't for us.
You're advertising with it. What's wrong with it? How it didn't hit? What's wrong with it?
No, it's just I don't know, a lot of the same, and by the same I mean look up and go like this. That's all you do.
I heard it's a
Just
climbing
climb.
sim.
Oh,
I heard
okay,
it's a
so-
climbing
It's
sim.
this.
Yeah,
It is
I
the
heard
only
about that.
VR game that has ever made me sick.
Oh,
That's
damn.
not
Oh.
good.
I can only play for like 45 minutes and I get a severe headache. I just have to stop. No good.
No, thank
Nope.
you.
I can play hours and hours of Beat Saber, Moss, Walkabout Mini Golf. Like, I'm fine. This one, nope. 45 minutes, that's it. So that's why it took me like 2 years to get through the game. They're going to have to do better. But I think now that
I
one's
don't
out
know
of the way,
Yeah.
That's like the PlayStation VR2 exclusive that I had that I needed to finish. I have a new computer on order, and when it comes in, the VR headset's going to get attached to the computer, and that's it.
Okay. Have you got the
At
adapter?
the end of it. Yep, I have the adapter.
Yeah. Nice.
Bowsah's ready to go.
Yep, I'm ready.
You've got a computer on the way. Lachlan has a new one. I'm in the middle of trying to get one for me.
It's contagious for you.
Yeah.
Everybody at Carpool Gaming is getting new PCs.
Yep. Once
Not everyone.
That new PC, that PlayStation's gonna collect dust. It's over.
Oh no,
Yep.
no.
Oh, yeah.
That's not gonna happen.
Really?
Relax.
Okay, sure.
It's fine.
Sure, we'll see.
Hey, I still play a good amount of PlayStation. All right, so you just calm your farm over
Yeah,
there.
that's right. I'll relax
Yeah.
my max.
Okay.
Then. Fine.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for that, Bowsah. Ron, what have you been playing?
I've been playing the same stuff that I've been playing for the past few weeks. Goodbye Volcano High. I got about an hour of time with that. Didn't progress much. Still enjoying it. But I haven't made any progression to really, say too much about that. I did make some major progress in Monster Hunter Wilds. I finally got through the low rank story mission. Did a few missions on high rank. It's fun with friends. But
Nice.
apparently, I guess Capcom did not get the hint and were like, you know what? You guys want more story? No, I don't, please. But apparently, they were like, you know what? We're going to give you more story so you can get some access to some high-ranked monsters. And I'm just like,
Yes.
here we go again. So it's just when I thought that hell was over, Capcom decided to feed me more. So I don't know if we're going to keep playing this. We had a long talk, me and the crew, and we're just like, you know what? I think we're going to just finish up some more of the high rank stuff, and I think we're going to end up hanging this up pretty fast, which is a shame because we have never ever done that with a Monster Hunter game before. We have played Monster Hunter for months. This isn't going to happen with this one at all.
Wow.
Which is a damn shame, but.
Dude,
Yeah.
that sucks, man. Yeah, I knew you were hyped on that, and so many people, are big fans of the franchise. Like that really sucks to hear. It really does.
Hey, apparently it's clicking with some people. Newcomers are loving it. It's doing big numbers on Steam still. So, hey, Capcom, I don't think they're going to sit there and listen to any of the feedback coming from any of the OGs. They're like, you know what? We see these numbers. We see the newcomers. They're loving it. And I think that's what they were going after. So I don't know. We'll see. I know I will not be pre-ordering the next one. That next Monster Hunter, I'll wait for feedback for everybody.
Yeah.
That's what I want to ask. So you're telling me that whenever the next big mainline Monster Hunter game, like you think Capcom is going to stay the course with this current iteration, or do you think they'll be like, "Yep, we got some feedback. Maybe we need to." Yeah, you think they'll stay the course with this new iteration?
You think about it. You compare it to the numbers that they said they're comparing to World, which was like their biggest Monster Hunter at that time. Wilds is kind of matching or beating that in most areas. So I don't know if Capcom's going to revert back to any of the old way. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. But I won't be finding out on day one. That Monster Hunter is no longer a day one purchase ever again. So
that is sad to hear. Wow.
It is, man. It's messed up, but it's all right. And then we jumped into some more Helldivers. I played that with my other friends from school, and we're having a good time with that. I've had to carry them a little bit because, boy, they've jumped on the deep end of the pool. So you can't go right into challenging difficulty when you don't got the right weapons. They were getting mopped down quite a bit. So I had to carry them. We got through quite a few missions, but I had to have a talk with them and said, guys, you guys are going to have to play this while I'm at work or do something to get this done
guys.
here. Yeah. But they did all right, though. So had a good time with that. Helldivers just continues to be fun. I'm hoping that they're not done with that. I'm kind of hoping they throw another faction in there before they decide to move on from it. But Helldivers continues to be a good time. So, yeah, that's everything that I've played.
On the chat is lighting up. Yon32 says it's okay. It's time for Xenoblade, and $2 hero from the Nintendo Drive. Low key things. Xenoblade Chronicles X is the best shot we have of Ron liking a Xenoblade game.
Here's the thing. If my daughter hadn't got rid of her Switch, there would have been a 2%
Wait.
possibility.
She got rid of it?
My daughter got rid of her Switch a long time ago.
Wow.
Long time ago. Yeah. Now, she is interested in the Switch too, but
Okay.
it's really mostly because of Fire Emblem. She likes Xenoblade, but she's a Fire Emblem girl.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
if she happens to get the Switch too, there's a 2% chance that maybe I'll play some Xenoblade.
So
you're
you're
telling me
saying
there's a
there's a
chance.
chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
love it,
zero.
Bowsah.
It's not zero.
Hey, we'll take anything at this point.
Yeah, I might be. Hey, like I said and told Quag the other day when we were talking, if they had it on PC, I would probably go back and give it a try. It has been years since I played the first Xenoblade Chronicles. I would give it a try again because sometimes when you go back, sometimes you can look past certain things. But yeah, Nintendo and Monolith, they're like, that doesn't need to be on PC. Get yourself a Switch and just play it on there. It's all right. I know what Nintendo's
wow.
doing. It's okay. This is why they can sell 5 Switches to everybody.
There's a chance, Xenobabes. There's a chance.
Oh my
There is.
You can do it.
All right,
Yes.
Matt. What have you been playing?
I too have not been playing. I haven't been playing too many games this last few weeks. I did hop into, of course, Xenoblade Chronicles X. Not as far as I'd like to be with the other Xenobabes. Only played about an hour. Like Bowsah said, the music it's a banger. I'm surprised at how much I like what I've played so far, just because it's different but still feels the same. Like, because it's all gunplay. Like it's just pew 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 with assault rifles, and I was like, oh, this is kind of an interesting choice for a JRPG, especially when you think about the Xenoblade Chronicles format with like swords and stuff like that. But it works. I actually really like the pew 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 with the assault rifles. So far,
You do have a sword.
really digging it. You have a sword, but I feel like
They're like, hey,
It doesn't
come in
really
and do
encourage you
melee
to.
attacks. Oh, they're always
Yeah.
yelling at you to do melee.
oh really? Okay, so
Yeah.
I maybe need to play more like hey, if I got an assault rifle, I'll keep my distance from the 60-foot dinosaur. It's fine, right? The level 80 dinosaur. I'll just stand over, and just shoot my
Okay,
rubber
so
bullets.
this is like this is almost like it's become Horizon Zero Dawn just without the machines. It's actual natural dinosaurs.
What? No.
actual dinosaurs. Actual dinosaurs. But it's not Horizon because, like I said, it's assault rifles, and it's like grenade launcher weapon. Like it's quite interesting. So enjoying that.
okay.
I am playing Sherlock Holmes: Crimes and Punishment, which is on all the consoles. It is for
Yes.
the backtrackers. We're meeting up in a few weeks.
The punishment
it's a
part.
pick from.
The punishment part. Talk about that.
I'll get there. I'll get there. I'll get there.
What are you at right now? What case are you up to?
I finally solved case 1. It's a lovely pick
too.
from Fee from the Xbox Drive, and I like it. But this game makes me feel so dumb. Like,
Oh, don't worry.
and
I have
and
thoughts.
feeling.
Yeah.
See, like
I don't play games to be a real detective. I'm not a real detective, damn it.
yeah, like. Please don't remind me of how stupid I am, and that is my biggest critique of the game. It's like a reality check. Like, you're dumb, Matt, and I'm like, okay, thanks a lot. Listen, graphics is beautiful. The Sherlock Holmes stuff is phenomenal in my opinion. I'm not the biggest Sherlock fan. I watched the movies with Robert Downey Jr. I think I watched all seasons with Benedict Cumberbatch, so I know a little bit. So like when they drop in names like. What's the Nemesis name?
Minecraft?
I forgot what it is. Yeah, Minecraft and like Watson. Like I'm quite familiar with that stuff and just like how Sherlock operates with deduction. So, in my opinion, again, I'm not a hardcore fan. It does a good job at staying faithful to the source material. I love the voice acting, the British accents. It's fun to listen to, and I'm pretty sure they added really good quality of life features where you can skip the puzzles. Like if it's certain puzzles that you come
That
to,
wasn't
and
the
like,
PS3 version. What a shame.
it's
What a
great
shame.
because it's
I would
like
have been skipping all those.
yeah, because like some of them are fun and some of them are hard. Like I got to the one in case 1 where like you had to mix chemicals with like different colors to I think reveal some hidden ink. And I was like, yo, this is like Resident Evil 3 remake with the mixing the chemicals. It's gonna take me like forever. I was like, you know what? Thank God, mash that skip. It makes me feel dumb because it doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't spell it out for you explicitly like what to do next. Like you really have to pay attention to the dialogue and evidence that you pick up. And if you aren't paying attention like to a certain part or you miss something, the game doesn't shout out like, "Hey, you actually need to go here and then do this with this evidence."
Yeah,
Because like
but
I'll
the
go
good
into my
thing
journal.
is- the good thing,
Yes.
yeah, I was gonna say, you go to your journal, you'll actually be able to read back the dialogue.
You can go back and read the dialogue because that's helpful. Because if you go into the journal objectives, sometimes the objective is like do this, and sometimes it's just like solve the murder of Black Peter. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I know, but how do I do that?
I'm doing it.
So yeah, case one, I did have to watch. Like I tried to read an old school guide. I'm like, this doesn't help. I did have to watch a walkthrough 3 times to be like, okay, which evidence does he pick up in which order, and how did he look at it? So it's okay, like because it's a backtrackers game. Like I said, I am enjoying the story, the dialogue, the voice acting, the Sherlock Holmes stuff. I'm going to power through. But before I continue, question from the press pool. Yes, Ron. Yes.
Hello, little brother. Do you feel that using a guide is lowering the excitement of the game for you?
1,000%. It does take it away from it, but it's not fun, right? Because then it's like I might as well just watch a Let's Play at that point. But I do want to see it through. Like I am trying my best to get through as much of it as I can without using a guide until I really have to. But at the same time, I don't want to be, mashing my head against the wall where like I really don't know what to do next. So
Yeah, that's why I
it's
ended
okay.
up dropping it, man. If I had to use a guide for the whole game, I was just like, I just rather just not do it. It's just, I don't know. It kind of just takes away from the enjoyment.
In my opinion, I mean, I've only done one case. There are, I think, 6 cases, from my understanding. We'll see when I get there. Like again, I'm not super in. I haven't played like a variety of detective games. I think the only ones that come to mind are the Ace Attorney trilogy. To me, in my opinion, those are still the gold standard. Where it's like, it spells it out to you what to do next, and like if you mess up, it'll bring you back to like a save point so that you can pick the right choice. Like like Rod and I were talking about this. Like the game gamifies it, so that's not real detective work where it's like if you're dumb, you won't figure this out. People will die. It's like, well, it's a video game. Like we'll put some video game elements that you can still have fun. And yeah, I so far I don't think Sherlock Holmes: Crimes and Punishment is at that standard, but we'll keep going. There's a few more. So
When you're going to accuse the wrong
We shall
person
see.
and put the wrong person in jail, then you know it's getting too serious.
there's a really good thing in this game is pretty lenient in that. So from what I can see, when you solve a case, at least for case one, like there's 2 main people that you could decide to go for. And from my understanding, like once you do it, you get the cutscene, and then it gives you a piece of paper, and it'll actually say like, do you want to reveal who the real killer was? And then you can see if you're right, and if you're wrong, I think you can go back, and then you can do it all over again if you want to. So it's pretty forgiving in that sense. So
Did you say if you
I'm
want
enjoying
to?
that.
Sir, if you get the wrong person arrested, you must correct yourself.
Do I? Sherlock's
That's
never
messed
wrong.
up,
Is
man.
he?
Shame on you.
I don't want to spoil the first case, but in my opinion, the 2 main suspects, they both did something morally wrong. So even if I got the wrong person, like because he didn't murder Black Peter, if he went to jail for the other stuff he was doing, I'd be okay with it. I'd be a little bit upset that the real murderer got away with his crime. Hey, I'm just saying. Like, fully, you know what I'm
You
talking
heard it here
about. You know what I'm
first,
talking about.
everybody. That
this
is
how it
okay
works
with a
in
guy
Canada?
getting accused of murder, even if he didn't do it, because he did bad things. So if you shoplift, you can get accused for murder.
Justice is served. That's right. Naga Chaka style. What can I say?
Wow.
Oh my god.
All right, Fulia.
Oh man.
What have you been playing? Tell
Oh,
PlayStation
whoa.
Nation.
Pump
what
the
have you been
brakes.
playing?
Pump the brakes. Hold on.
Brakes have been
Matt.
pumped. Brakes have been pumped.
You are forgetting something. You talked about Ragnarok, and all of a sudden, it's off your slate.
I have not forgotten God of War Ragnarok. I want it. All right. I'll come back. So listen, PlayStation Nation, before you take away my PlayStation card, before you take away all my platinum trophies, I will come back to Ragnarok. I just want to make sure, to be quite frank, I am slipping into bad habits, like again, like last year, where I'm trying to juggle too many games. So I am disappointed in myself, but I'm gonna get through Sherlock Holmes. Xenoblade Chronicles X. It's 70, 80 hours. I'm not gonna rush through it. It'll take me into July and August. That's fine, but I do want to get through the Backtrackers game so that when I'm hopping back into Ragnarok, it has my focus. It is not abandoned, PlayStation Nation. It has been temporarily shelved until I put all the criminals behind bars in Sherlock Holmes, whether
And some innocent people as
right
well.
That's right, Bowsah. That's right. And some innocent people along the way.
that's right. Anybody's going to jail. Doesn't matter. Just
Somebody's
people are going to
getting
jail.
pinned for the crime.
That's right. So no, I've not forgotten about Ragnarok, friends. I will go back. Love that story. I know it's already emotionally connected with me. Looking forward to seeing that father son bonding that I'm really looking forward to. So I'm coming back to it. It's okay. It's okay.
All right.
Okay.
Please
All right.
believe me. Please.
You might pull a fool you, and then next year, all of a sudden Ragnarok will be back on the
Excuse
slate.
You're using my
Ragnarok-
name
no.
as a verb now?
Never.
Wow.
Wow.
You know how you get down.
Excuse me. Excuse me for living. Jeez. Well, anyway.
I'll come back. Yes.
Cool,
Julia,
so-
tell us what you've been playing.
I'm gonna hop off the back of what you just mentioned about Sherlock Holmes. I'm also playing Sherlock Holmes: Crimes and Punishment for the Backtrackers because this is something that's kind of sort of popped up here and there for me, and I'm curious about Sherlock Holmes games. I've just never really gotten around to actually playing them, and I like my detective style games, so I thought, you know what? Let me check this out and see what it's all about. It was on sale on Steam, so I'm playing it on my Steam Deck, which is actually nice because it's Steam Deck verified. And I'm able to play it on the couch while I'm, watching something on YouTube or something. And it's kind of annoying at times because I think I got stuck quite a few times in trying to move the case forward. But it doesn't tell you that I've missed something. So you literally have to go back and look for the clues. The only clue or hint that the game gives you is if you go into the journal and see that there's still some interactions with some of the clues that you find. Which I suppose is a good way to be like, oh, okay, I still have dialogue about this particular clue, so let me go back and see who I need to speak to about it. But it doesn't necessarily tell you have to talk to this person or you need to go and do this experiment or whatever. So it's getting a little annoying for me, but it's still fine. Like I'm okay with the fact that there are especially with the tasks you have to do where it allows you to skip. I'm happy that we have the skip option because there were a few of those tasks where I could not beat. Like the arm wrestling in case 1.
I'm wrestling. I couldn't
annoying.
figure out.
I'm like,
Yeah, it's
excuse
like-
me, you have a stamina meter and then you have to try and beat this guy in an arm wrestle.
You have to read his facial expressions. You have to read his facial expressions to determine when to like
true
hold
detective will
and
be
when
able
to
to
push.
notice when he is about to do that. Come on, guys.
Sherlock can.
Get good.
I'm not Sherlock.
Get good.
Oh
Shame
my
on you.
Neither am I.
Yes, I ain't no Sherlock here. Can't.
Oh my gosh. I tried that a couple of times and then I was like, nah, I can't. I'm just skipping this one. Just continue. I want to keep going with the story.
Yep.
But
Same.
I didn't
Big
mind.
same.
I didn't mind the analysis one with the test tubes. That one I actually figured out without having to skip it. It just took me a few. It took me a few tries and just sort of reading the instructions a couple of extra times.
La-di-da, Fulia, for you reading instructions, and I didn't. Sorry.
He
A
only
little
reads
bit of
guides,
haterade
not
coming out
instructions.
there. Oh.
I'm just saying.
Like, that
not
one
all of us
wasn't that-
read.
That one wasn't too difficult to figure out. It was just a matter of just just trial and error. That's what I was trying to say. Just trial and error. It lets you restart it every time. It doesn't take very long anyway. So I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I figured this out. And then I was like, oh, okay, it's this, this, and this. All right, cool. Let's go.
Seth actually brings up a good point. L.A. Noire. That's a detective game right there.
Okay.
Proper one.
That one's hard. That's a hard one.
Hollywood Noire. That's not hard.
So yeah, there are aspects of this game that, you know, I'm enjoying. Mostly, I think the story aspects of it. But some of the puzzles, like the first puzzle that you have to read, the first puzzle that you have to do, where you have to figure out the tobacco smell and then try to assemble this image with like the pipe and the leaves, and I'm like, and you're turning it around like in like 3D space, and I'm like, this makes no sense to me. So I just hit skip, and I'm like, no, I don't know how to do this one.
I'll just take the frog detective and duck detective, please. Thank you very much. This is too much.
Yeah, it's getting a bit, you know, high level complicated with this detective game. But look, overall, I've managed to complete case 1 as well, and case 2 I've just started, so haven't really done too much yet. So at the moment, it's fine. It's okay. Like it's not a terrible game. I'm enjoying it for what it is. I'm also playing. I played and completed and platinumed Wonderstop.
Congratulations.
Yes,
That
congratulations.
is platinum number 3 for me.
Here you go,
this year.
Queen. Here
No.
Here's your
Hold
crown.
on.
Here you go, Queen.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep, take the crown.
This guy down here, Matt, still is one up on me. He's still the king of platinums right now.
For now.
He's gonna be playing Xenoblade until December. You got this.
It's true.
Just take your crown now.
It's true.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I haven't gotten back to any other game that, you know, that I could platinum that easily recently. Shut up. Don't bring that up. Wonderstop was beautiful. I loved it. It was such a great game. We talked about it with Seth last week. So go, if you want to hear more about my thoughts and Seth's about the game, please go watch last week's episode. But yeah, no, it was so great. And the way that you end up getting the platinum is essentially just playing through the game, and it was wonderful. So it was really good. But yeah, Wonderstop is done, and then I was playing some demos. So I played through Times and Galaxy demo, which is essentially it's kind of like a journalist game where you work at you're a little bot, and you end up becoming like a little journalist where you go out and you find news to report. So you're a reporter. You're a reporter bot. And
Okay. All right.
it's actually a big game. Like that demo had so much to do. There was so much to get through. But it was very colorful. So I loved the visual look of Times and Galaxy. It was really cute. You know, there's a lot of dialogue, which, you know, is for me to read, but it's okay. It's fine. I forgive it for its aesthetic, at least, and being able to, you know, you're creating like a news article and all that sort of thing, and you have to turn it in, and depending on the news article that you end up publishing, you'll end up, you know, bumping up the reputation of the agency, or bringing it down. You might get more readers, like readership also goes up and down. So it has like that little sort of mechanic of, you know, popularity and readership and all that sort of stuff. So Times and Galaxy is actually a really cool game. I feel like that's probably a game that I'd play in my free time. So I'd definitely go check that out at some point. So if you want to go check it out, there is a demo for it available. I've also played through a demo for Solarpunk. So Solarpunk is an open world survival game, but it's wholesome and cozy. Nothing's coming at you to kill you. But you're out there in this open world. It's a first person game. So I don't know if Fee will be able to play this one. But actually, you know what? I think Fee might be able to, because it's not fast paced or anything. It's very chill. It's very slow. And yeah, it's essentially you're building up into your own farm. Yes, Ron.
Cozy and survival. Those are two things that don't seem to go together.
Well, in Solarpunk it does.
How? Please explain.
So it's just a really chill looking world. You have your little airship. You've come to this place where it's like a forest kind of a world, and there's like open plain areas where you can build up on it. So in the demo itself, it doesn't get you too far to the point where you're building houses and stuff. But at this point in the demo, you're able to do a little farming, so putting down plots, growing crops. You have to craft your own tools. You have to craft.
So that's the survival part, the resource management and all that.
Yeah, it's resource management. It's it's building and crafting, and yeah, it's just really chill. At some point, you'll be able to have animals as well, but I think that's going to be in the full game. And I think the solar part of the title is you'll be able to do resource management when it comes to energy. So it'll be like energy management. So you'll have solar panels available to you for electricity and all that sort of stuff. So it's actually a really great looking game. I definitely want to grab that one. I could see myself playing that for hours on end without stopping. That's definitely a game that I really want to check out. Even more so. So I'm really looking forward to Solarpunk when that's available. And then the last game that I want to talk about is a demo for an Aussie-developed game by the name of Ecliptic. Now, Ecliptic is a puzzle game in the world of, it's sort of like the astrological world with all the zodiacs, essentially. And yeah, your protagonist is a character who is trying to discover themselves. They've been born into this world. They don't know who they are. And essentially, you're going through these puzzles to figure out who you are. So it's like self-discovery kind of a game, but with puzzles. And it's a really lovely looking game. Very, they take after the Zodiac characters, I suppose, like your Taurus and your Gemini and all that sort of stuff. So, and you get to come across them and interact with them. A couple of the puzzles that I had to do, especially with Gemini ends up making you split into two characters, but you're controlling it with one control. So they're both moving at the same time.
All us Geminis understand. Yeah.
So
very, very realistic.
There was one part of that puzzle was you're moving in the same direction with both of the characters on both sides of the screen. But then the next part of the puzzle, it was mirrored. So every time you moved, it was like a mirror effect where you're sort of moving towards each other or away from each other. And there were obstacles in the way, obviously, so you had to sort of maneuver between those obstacles to get to the other side. So that was actually a really cool little challenge to the puzzle. So I really enjoyed that. Does Virgo make you anxious and self-doubting and get bad sleep? Seth, please. I haven't met Virgo in the game yet. The demo only goes as far as, I think, who did I meet? I met Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and I think there might have been one, I think it was like 4 or 5 of them. But yeah, it's a really interesting game. I would definitely recommend checking it out because I came across them at PAX last year when I went to PAX, and I came across their booth, but I didn't end up getting to play the game like while I was there because there were a lot of other people playing it at the time, so it must have been very popular as an indie game, and especially an Australian developed one. So please come and support us Aussie developers. It'd be so awesome if you could.
Gemini representation sounds correct. So I'm all right. You have to keep me posted. If they start self-sabotaging themselves, then that's definitely Gemini all the way. Full self-destruction all the way. That's what we do.
I think it's a bit more wholesome than that.
It is not accurate.
Damn.
Oh,
I can speak on it, Matt. Believe me, I know.
But yeah, that's Ecliptic. Please go check it out, and give it a wish list. The demo is up if you want to check it out for yourself, and it's a really cool game. I kind of like it. But yeah, that's all I've been playing, and I think that's everybody else. So now it's time to topic of the week. And today, the reason why Bowser's here is because we're going to do a little hype check on Death Stranding 2 with all of the news and coverage that's coming out for Death Stranding 2. It is time to see where everybody's hype is at. So, Bowser, are you still hyped for Death Stranding 2?
Look, I'm just going to tell you, I already know Ron's hype level. He blew a hole through the roof. He's like on a rocket on Mars. So I don't know if I'm quite there yet, but I might be close second.
We're trying, Ron. We're trying to catch up to you.
It's okay. It's all right.
No, they released a 10-minute long trailer a couple weeks ago, and I watched it, and then I was like, maybe I shouldn't have watched this. Like, there's a lot happening in this trailer. Like,
There is.
did he just spoil everything? And then I remembered that, like, the trailers and stuff leading up to Death Stranding the first time was like nothing at all. Like, it didn't tell you anything at all about what was going on in the game. I'm like, actually, I'm probably fine. He probably did not tell me anything at all. So, yeah, my hype level is on Mars, unlike Ron. It absolutely is. I love Death Stranding. I've beaten that game 4 different times at this point, including on Xbox because I had to. I had to support and buy it there and play it again.
Right, the ambassador. Look at that.
Yeah, look at me.
Yes.
Yep. So, yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. I'm a little bit nervous for my little buddy Lou. The trailer kind of
okay.
brought up something, and I don't know. I'm a little bit scared, but hopefully it's nothing too serious going on there. So I'm excited to get out there and see what's going on. We got the trailer up on the screen now, and this guy here, he's like running still mothers around like he's a smuggler. I don't even know what's going on there. Is this like a flashback, or is this happening again? Who knows? It's a Kojima trailer. Who knows what's happening?
Who knows what's
here?
happening? Yep.
Who
I don't think
knows?
Kojima even knows. Nobody
Probably
does.
not.
He might
Yeah,
not. Depends on how many
That's
mushrooms he shoot. He may shoot a few and just said,
Yeah.
here we go.
I'm fine with it. Worked out fine the first time. So
Yeah, it works out for him. He has his crew. But like I told Matt, the 10-minute trailer was interesting. I'll give him that much.
Yep. Matt, what are you thinking? I think you're my fellow Death Stranding person here.
Yeah, like so, just like Bowsah. Well, no, I can't say just like that. I have not beaten Death Stranding 4 times. I only did roll the credits the first time on the PlayStation 4, and I remember going into Death Stranding 1 being a very big Metal Gear Solid fan. I was willing to give it a try. Now, I did lower expectations just based off of. I mean, I did watch the trailers, and just like I assume everybody else, it's like, I don't know what this game is because it's just a Kojima game. I really don't know what it is. But I did see some reviews and people talked about how it's like some walking sim. There's no action. It's boring. But I was like, I still got to make up my own mind just because of how much I adore the Metal Gear Solid series. And like I said, if I enjoyed those games, then there must be something. That, at least what I can hope is that there's something I will enjoy from Death Stranding. So I was willing to give it a chance. And I was surprised at how much I loved it. I couldn't believe it. Just that whole risk reward aspect, because you have to, yes, you do bring packages from point A to point B. And I know that sounds boring, but Kojima does it. Like, the dude knows what he's doing. Like, he just gamifies it so well, where it's like, well, I don't want to make 5 trips. I want to make 1. So let me bring more cargo. But if I bring more cargo, I might drop some of the stuff. If it rains on me, then the stuff gets damaged. If my shoes don't make it, then I'm in trouble, right? Like, it's just this. It's very stressful. It truly is, when at least for me, because I'm like, I'm not making 5 runs, just like the grocery shops. I'm not going back and forth
All
to
the
the car
bags.
trunk.
Yep.
All the bags. Yes, Bowsah. Yes. Team, all the bags. Team, I'll break my fingers off before I make 2 trips to the trunk. No. Yes, that's right. Thank you. Oh yeah. I'm not making 5 trips to the I'm not making 5, I'm not making 4. I'm not making 3. I'm not making even 2 trips to the trunk. It's
At the risk of your fingers.
Yeah.
Wow.
The
Come
fingers
on, man.
fall off before I gotta walk back again. That's right.
You do realize
What, your
that without your
driveway
fingers, you can't play
seriously
your
that
games
long?
anymore. It's going to be over.
You can. There's all kinds of
I have to
accessible
walk
options
back-
now.
That's right. If I gotta walk back, how much time am I wasting? Too much. Too
Walk
much
is
to be
good for
wasting.
you.
So
Walk is
no.
good for you, Matt. This could be fine.
No. So same thing at Death Stranding. I'm like, I'm not coming back for these packages. I'm gonna make that one trip. And I loved it. And just, like I said, Kojima, when it comes to this stuff, like he knows what he's doing. Like especially when you're on a very long journey from a trip A to trip B, and like you really struggle. Like the weather comes at you, you're trying to build ladders and stuff like that. And it's a real struggle. Some of them like 20, 30, 40 minutes. Like it's a long haul. And when you're finally getting there and you're getting to this new vista, the music starts to swell up. It's like, yo, this guy just rewarded you for just delivering packages. And it's like, it sounds so foolish on paper, but when you're playing, it's like, damn, like this is so rewarding. It's quite the experience. My only critique in Death Stranding is understood like 60% of the story. Most of it went over my head. Like
I was about to say 60% is good.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Like even with Metal Gear Solid, like I understand like the gist of it, but there's a lot of details I still don't understand. Death Stranding, in my opinion, takes it the next step further. It's like it's a little bit even more confusing, but to me, it's fine. Even though I don't fully grasp the story, the gameplay is enough. So because of that, I actually chose not to watch the second trailer because I was like, you know what, I'm all in. It's fine. But since I knew we were going to talk about it for today's episode, I was like, it's okay. I'll watch it. And it just reminded me
Seeing
of how
these
special this
weird
game is.
images on screen. This is my first
Yeah.
time watching the trailer, by the way.
It's
Yeah, like
wild.
if you have not
The
watched this
trailer's
trailer,
wild. It's interesting. I mean,
watch the trailer. Number one, it's stunning. It is beautiful, pushing the PS5 hardware to its limits. But just again, like I don't know who edited. I'm gonna guess Kojima edited his own trailer. Like just
I'm
knowing
pretty sure
Kojima,
he
like
does.
he likes to be in control of everything. He did a great job at editing this trailer, man. Because like the way he shows certain scenes, the music choices, the way it swells up, the beautiful vistas that you see, like it is beautiful. Lachlan, this is stunning. This is a stunning game. It is gorgeous. Like the vistas, like come on, there was that shot, like where you saw like something in the sky, like it was beautiful, especially with the music. Like it just it gets me emotional in a different way, just of how beautiful the world is, if that makes sense. So yeah, after watching this trailer, I was like, I remember exactly why. I love the first game, and I'm very excited for the second game. My hype factor, it's a little tempered though, just a little bit, because I did post in the PlayStation Discord, I'm pretty sure a while ago, that the pre-order price, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember if it's $99.99. I don't know if it's this game or another game. And I was like, that is a lot of money for a standard game. $100 before tax in Canada, it's a lot. I have not decided if I'm going to be playing day one, just because with taxes that's like almost $120. And
is the
got my
digital price the
backlog.
same?
It's the same. It's the
Is
same.
it? Wow.
So I want to play day one. I'll have to see. You know what? It's possible that FOMO gets to me and it's like, no, I want to jump in. It really depends on how well I've managed my backlog. Bowsah, when's the game? Is it June?
June 26th.
Ugh. I
Yep,
I
we
won't
have
finish
time.
Xenobabes by then. I'll finish Ragnarok by then. But there's another big PlayStation game on my PS5 waiting for me. So we shall see. I have not decided if I'm playing day one. My mind might change when content creators that I follow, if they're coming on saying like, Death Stranding is a masterpiece, a game changer, then I might want to jump in. But if it's, I don't know, I haven't decided yet. We shall see, friends. But I really want. I'm very excited for this game. It's got me very, very hyped for it. I would assume any Death Stranding fans into it. Ron,
I'm going to need to
Level
explain
sold you,
how
right?
Higgs it looks like a weird Kiss heavy metal reject. They're going to have to please explain that. Please explain that. 'cause-
I don't
Time
think they
has
will.
passed.
I
He did get a haircut.
I was gonna say, I don't think they'll explain it.
I'm
to
more
be quite
concerned with the
honest.
tentacle that's coming out of his mouth at certain
Well, yeah,
points
it's,
than
it's several
what his
confusing
face looks
things in
like.
this. Even the Transformers GoBots thing at the end with the tar and the ship and whatever. I don't know. It's very
Ocean
Kojima.
hands.
Yeah, you'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see.
That is a hands for his heads.
Yeah,
That's correct.
yeah.
That is
It's just like
accurate.
everything starts forming like Voltron. And it's just like, okay, and then the ship.
Yep.
And it's like, why are you forming the head? I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
You don't need
The
to know.
hand
You
thing
all
has-
saying that this is a walking sim? This is more than a walking sim.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how much of it is the delivery and walking sim aspect, because at some point in this trailer it says deliveries have been automated.
Mm-hmm.
And that like
I
started
got
to
worried when I
happen
saw
in the
that.
first one.
Yep.
That like
Yep.
you got a delivery bot, but it didn't do a great job, you know. If you wanted to make important deliveries, you still had to do it yourself. But I'm interested to see, does this change? There's like scenes with people shooting each other on motorcycles. Like, is this a completely different game?
How's I
I'll
want to
watch a
ask
Let's
you, like,
Play.
is
I'll watch a Let's Play.
are you
Yeah.
if it is changing in a completely different direction, like let's say you're right. Let's say the delivery aspect and like exploring new places and getting there, let's say that takes a backseat and it now becomes, you know, possibly a more Metal Gear Solid game where it's more action, more stealth. Is that something you want, or are you willing to trust Kojima, or do you want it to be the same formula as the first game?
I think it has to change somewhat. Like, if it's exactly the same as the first game, then why are we playing it? I'm a huge fan of action adventure games with a good story anyway, so either way, I'll be happy. But I just hope there is still some of that aspect. I found Death Stranding to be almost cathartic, just a release. I could just turn that on and do
Yeah.
some deliveries and listen to some great music, in-game music. I'm not even talking about playing my own. The music in Death Stranding is phenomenal. And just like accomplish something. It was so good. So good. So I hope there is at least some of that. But we'll see. Looks like it might be more action heavy this time around. I'm here for it either way. Day one.
I know that was a big critique of the first game. It's a critique that I had too. Like the in the sense that there's very small portions of Death Stranding that is action based, like with pew 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 and fighting.
Yep.
To me, in Death Stranding, it was surprisingly, I don't think it was very good. I mean, I'm kind of glad that it was such a small chunk, but it didn't
Yeah.
feel very good to be combat situations, which is very surprising just because of the Metal Gear Solid games. Like he knows how to do combat. So I don't know
I
if he
think
did that on
that's-
purpose, but
That could be on
I don't know.
purpose because
right?
you know, there is the whole thing where if you actually kill someone, you can cause a void out, right?
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
the corpses explode eventually if you leave dead bodies around. So you can't just run around shooting. Most of your weapons in Death Stranding are non-lethal. Like you stun people, tie them up with
That's true.
ropes, etc., because you don't want to leave dead bodies laying around. So I'm wondering if we've made it past that point in Death Stranding 2, and now we can just leave dead bodies everywhere. We'll see.
I'm excited to see. You're right. I'm excited to see where, because like you, Bowser, you're right. Like it's Kojima. Like you're right. It's very unlikely for him to do a sequel in the series and for it to be so similar. Like especially when I go back and think about Metal Gear Solid, like 2 is very different. 3 is different. 4 is vastly different. I didn't get to finish 5, but that's vastly different. Like you're right. If Kojima's and this is his baby, right? Like so nobody's forcing him to do it. If he's coming back to Death Stranding, you're right. He probably had something where it's like I can take this to the next level of the next evolution of the series. So it's not a rinse and repeat. It's not like DLC or Death Stranding 1.5. So you're right. There might be something very different to it. If there's more combat, I'm open to it. But just if he's doing it, that it's got to feel a lot better because it was not fun in Death Stranding 1. Like it like Bowser said, like the game actually discourages you from pew pew pewing
Yep.
people to death. So we shall see. Ron, you're gonna watch a let's play. Is that
I'll
right?
watch a Let's Play. That's what I had to do with the first one, and thank goodness I did, because I would have never bought that game. There was parts of the first one that was interesting, even for the Let's Play, but still, typical Kojima, the story just... the stuff is just... I mean, when Kingdom Hearts makes more sense than the typical Kojima game. Something's wrong.
Really? Oh wow!
I don't know. Yeah, I'll see. Like I said, I'll watch it for the spectacle of it. Because like I told you before, I'll always give him props for production. The way his games look, the way everything about it, the cinematic wise is fantastic. He can't be touched when it comes to that. But he just needs to learn to let go of some things and let a writing team handle the storylines.
Yeah.
That man cannot write a story. It's okay to sit there and tap somebody and say, hey, write for me, please. Because I'm not good at it. But
So you're like, I'm too high right now. Maybe you should give this a look.
It's okay to say that. It's like, hey, please,
it's true.
help me. I can handle everything else. And Lord knows, with the scale of the production for these games, I'm pretty sure this man is exhausted doing this, because this is not. When it comes to his games are always like top tier S level production. No other game comes close. He has to be exhausted doing this. And I know how he is. He's already talked about how he is when he has to be hands-on with everything. Let that story part of it go. I don't care if you need one person, 5, or a whole team. Let somebody else handle the storylines. Because I really felt if he had somebody else to write the stories for him, Kojima games would probably be one of the best games in the world to me. Because everything else about the games always interests me. It's just that the story falls apart. And like Seth had talked about a while back, I'm a story first guy for the most part. There are games that kind of buck that trend. Fight Night Express, Sifu, Elden Ring. There's no stories really there for you. It's all about the combat there. But when you have games like Death Stranding, to me, I need the narrative to land. And that's really the thing that always kind of turns me away from it. It's just the story was just kind of just off the rails at some point. At first, the concept of it was very cool. But it's just, after a while, you just kind of just like, man, I can't turn my brain off enough. Or maybe I'm not high enough, but I can't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like I
Job
had to
and
stay
bills to
sober for
pay.
this. Yeah. I can't go to work like this.
Yeah. Yeah, so I looked up some videos where people have like just put all the cutscenes together for Death Stranding. It's like 7.5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, it
So,
sounds right. That Let's
there's
Play
a
was
lot of
pretty much
story.
That
like,
sounds about right.
Mike, that's like
Yeah.
it was a
TV
movie,
show.
but they showed
Oh,
like
yeah.
the major parts of the walking around and all that stuff. And it's still, I think that was like a 14-hour, I think, Let's
Yeah.
Play I had watched.
Wow.
Koala, what about
Maybe I
you? Are
should
you
watch. Maybe
interested at all?
Maybe I should. I should probably watch the Let's Play.
It's
or at
interesting.
least, like,
I'll
the
be-
cuts.
All right. I'll
I'm
take
just.
it.
I'm
I'll
not.
take
I'm
it.
not really. I'm not really interested in playing this game, to be honest. It's just not my style of gaming. And that world just doesn't really, doesn't really jive with me. Not
a
really
koala
interested
world.
in that.
Yeah.
No, not
Well,
really.
The world of the first one is pretty desolate and barren.
Okay.
Like, it's not pretty.
Yeah.
Everything's died
It's
off.
hard
There's
times. It's hard
time fall,
times.
like the rain that falls
Yeah.
ages everything. So there's really nothing pretty. And it looks
Yeah.
like in the sequel here, maybe that's not happening anymore. There are some like
It does
developed
look like
cities.
that.
There are some prettier
Yeah.
landscapes. So yeah, it could
The
be
world
a
has
whole new
changed.
ball game.
The world has
Yep.
changed. That's why I said
Yes.
I'm definitely going to watch the Let's Play. There's no way I'm not going to watch to see what happened between the first and second game. I just gotta go in with low expectations, because I just know the way things are looking at this is going to be one of those off the rails at some point.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, some of the stuff, and I talked to Matt about it the other night. It's just some of the stuff does interest me, and some of the stuff does look very cool. The scene with them on the highway and the motorcycles combat,
looked pretty good.
That part looks pretty nice. It's just there's so much about the game that like this looks like a savvy game to me, but it's just the story.
Yeah.
I know where it's
And
going to go.
You have to
Fair.
assume that the combat being slower and not as fun is intentional. Like, this is made in the Decima engine.
Yeah,
So this is Horizon engine. Like,
yeah,
combat's good there. So
yeah.
there's
And like you
definitely
said, it makes sense.
potential.
I mean, I guess he's supposed to be a delivery guy. I guess he's not supposed to sit there and be the end all,
Yeah.
jack of all
He's not
trades,
Solid Snake.
assassin. Yeah,
He's not Big Boss. All right.
yeah, yeah.
He's delivery guy.
He's delivery guy. He's not Solid Snake. So
Yep.
yeah, that part makes sense. True.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's really a game for me, but I might watch a Let's Play, and then we'll see how we go.
All right. Okay.
Take it.
Do we have any final thoughts on the Death Stranding 2 trailer and everything about it?
Yotai definitely is
hyped.
not coming out in August now, like I originally had thought. With Death Stranding 2 being in June.
Yeah, June is a little surprising.
Yeah.
June
They're
is a
going to
little
give that
surprising.
time
Yeah,
to
I
breathe,
was
so I think
surprised.
Yotai might be later in the year for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe October?
Maybe October, November. Yeah, they got to give
Yeah.
Death Stranding
Yeah.
some room, because
They'll give it distance.
yeah, it's going
It's
to own
gonna
the
be a
summer
chunky
for sure.
game.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we do also have one little comment from the carpool, and it's from King Riley Smiley, who says, not a question, just an observation. Since PlayStation is taking all Xbox games, it only makes sense that they make their they take their podcast hosts as well. Welcome, Bowsah. Hashtag we won. Hashtag who's next.
Bowser's not leaving Xbox Drive. Let's stop these rumors before they get going.
The next Xbox comes out, and I'm playing The Last of Us on it, and we'll see who's laughing then. All right?
Yeah.
Let's watch.
I mean, it's supposed to be Steam April, so I guess we'll see.
Yep.
I guess
I'm
we'll
going to
see.
be playing all the PlayStation games on there.
Yes. All hosts are welcome. We all switch hosts around. It's all good. It's all
And
good.
it's the all-wheel drive anyway, so
Exactly.
it doesn't matter.
Exactly. It's the all-wheel drive, so anybody can come here.
Yeah. Everyone's welcome. Well, with that being said, we're going to jump into the rest of the carpool questions. And the first one comes in from Cwaggy, and he says, "It is I, the Cwaggy, king of the Xenobabes. Who of you all will be taking the wheel of hosting since Ryan won't be on the PlayStation Drive tonight?" Well, you already know the answer to that question. So
He knew it. Captain Koala. He already knew that anyway.
We already knew. There was only one right answer. Everybody knew. Come on.
The
That's right.
Platinum
Koala was
Queen
the captain
herself.
last time. She was the captain last time, and it's captain again.
Exactly.
yes,
It's not going to change.
it is I, the koala,
That's right. That's right. Queen
queen of
Koala.
the indie games.
And the demo queen. And the
The
demo
demo queen. Yeah, exactly.
And platinum queen.
No. I'm
Platinum
not
Queen.
taking that platinum.
Yes, yes,
Queen
yes,
of the
yes.
all-wheel drive as well. Yeah.
There we go.
Our next question comes from Black Wyver, and he says, "G'day all. Questions for Bowsah. Number 1, what's your favorite PlayStation game from a PlayStation studio?"
I don't think this is going to surprise anyone here, but that's going to be The Last of Us Part 2 from Naughty Dog.
Let's go.
And if I had to pick a runner-up, while they weren't technically a PlayStation studio when they made the game, they are now, and that's going to be Returnal from Housemarque. And
Good
now
pick.
they're
Good
in the
pick.
family, and I'm super pumped for their next entry. So,
Soros does look interesting.
yep.
All right, and question 2, you are about to play. You're about to play Split Fiction, but you can choose only one of the current PlayStation Drive panelists to join you. Who would it be?
The answer is Lockleaf. She's here in spirit.
She's here in
There
chat
you go.
too, and I think they're doing a watch
Done.
party in Discord.
That's right.
Damn. Here's the answer.
Look,
Daughter,
I played
of
through
course.
it once already with Riley, who already wrote in for the comment section. Locklith is up next, but I am willing to play it even more times. This game is phenomenal.
I'm
So,
looking forward to it.
Oh.
I'm looking forward
me
to
up.
it.
Really high praise.
and I own it, so anybody can play with me at no charge. So,
There you
just
go.
saying, I'm here.
Nice.
Yeah, Koala wants to
Maybe I'll play with
Yeah.
all of you.
All of us.
Look at that.
All of you.
One at a
Look at
time.
Look at that. See? All friends
You
here.
got
the
me
best.
in. You
All
got
friends
me
here.
right.
intrigued.
Submit trying to sit there and cause chaos.
Yep. He's like, oh,
He knew what he
pick
was
your
doing.
favorites.
We all knew.
Look,
Good answer, Bowser. Good
All
answer.
right.
All of them.
Next question comes in from Kiku, and they say, if video games no longer existed, what would your main hobby be? Bowsah, what would your main hobby be?
does crying in the corner count?
I know, right?
Oh, damn. Jesus.
I mean, it's real talk. I mean, what? No.
That's hard. No, if I had to pick, I'd go back to what my hobby was before I got back into gaming, and that would be reading books.
Okay.
That's where I'll go back to.
Okay.
I was
Another
big
place
into
to just
reading stuff on Kindle and escape to different worlds,
Yeah.
all fiction books. That's where I'll be, living in a
Yep.
fantasy world.
What about you, Ron?
Well, if it wasn't games, then it had to be my secondary that, would be the main. Watching TV shows and anime. I mean, I had to, like Bowser said, you got to put that escape somewhere, so I guess I'll escape into those worlds instead.
What about you, Matt?
I saw this question and I was like, well, obviously it would be like fishing and camping. And then I was like, well, hold on, let's slow down here. While I like fishing, while I like camping, realistically, is my wife gonna let me go that often? No. She
Maybe
would
if you
not.
take all the kids.
Yes, that is actually true. If I take
Give her a
both
weekend
kids, then
off.
for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, that's different. If I take
More
both
time
kids,
for her
it
in
would be
Animal
very,
Crossing.
very challenging.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. So I was like, no, that's not the answer because she would not let me go that often because yeah, I play video games like almost every day. So I was like, there's no way I could go camping and fishing like every weekend or something. That'd be absurd. So yeah, I'd be like Bowsah and Ron. I'd be quite devastated because I don't know what to do with my life. So realistically, weightlifting. That's probably what it'd be because I got a home gym set up.
All right, buff
So-
squirrel.
He's
Let's
gonna
go.
get
Yeah.
swole. Let's go.
That's all it would be. Yeah, that's all I can think of.
Hey, nothing wrong with exercise.
I'd like it to be fishing.
Yeah, exercise is
Yeah.
good. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, you can always see the cuts through the shirt now. Could you imagine if he just sit there and just did that all the time, 24/7? He
Busting
wouldn't
through
slow
he
the
down.
wouldn't fit inside the screen.
Palm your farm. Whoa.
We had to put a disclaimer up on the show. Ladies, calm yourselves. So I was like that.
Anyways, Julia, what is your main hobby if you didn't play video games?
So if I wasn't playing video games, I'd probably go back to the one hobby that I really do enjoy, and I haven't been doing it in a while, and that's arts and crafts. I really
Thought
like
you were
doing
saying hockey. Okay.
Well, actually, I haven't played hockey in a year.
Okay.
So I would probably, arts and crafts is definitely my escapism of doing like, paintings or coloring in or even like crochet. I loved doing crochet for a little while. That always, kept me doing something because I get very, very fidgety sometimes. And I can't just sit there and do nothing, like especially when I'm watching something or if I'm listening to a podcast or whatever. I need to do something. Otherwise, I'm going to end up eating, and that's not good.
All right.
So arts and crafts is definitely my go-to in terms of, if there were no video games ever. So that's definitely what I would want to do. And I kind of want to get back into it, actually, to be honest. But I'm just like, now that I'm living on my own, it's getting a little harder to find time to do certain hobbies. So, because I'm like, if I'm not doing that, I'm doing this. If I'm not cleaning up the house or whatever, I'm at work, trying to make a living. So, unfortunately, it's getting a little harder and harder for me to get back into doing, stuff just for me. So, but yeah, arts and crafts is mine. And our last question comes in from the captain. And he says, Death Stranding was not for me. I fall over carrying stuff enough in real life without doing it in my video games. However, I will be catching up on YouTube for the story. My question for you guys is if you could build a bridge to anywhere in the world so you could go directly back and forth, where would you build this to and from? I would go from my house to Ron so I could tell him to his face how wrong he is about The Last of Us Part 2.
Let's go, Captain.
Oh, yes.
Oh my
What
god.
the captain saying thinks is that I don't have to open the door. So he'll be on
Get
the
a
porch talking to
megaphone.
the door all
It'd
day.
be a megaphone in your front yard.
I'll pay him no mind.
Okay.
I'll let him sit there and spew for 4 hours about The Last of Us 2. It's not going to change my mind. Good luck.
Oh wow.
Bowsah, where would you build a bridge to and from?
All right. Well, I'd like to do a lot of cruises, so I end up down in the Caribbean quite a bit. So I'm trying to think, like, practically speaking, it would probably be in my best interest to have my bridge go to, like, a United States territory, right? Just, I don't have to go through customs and all that. So I think I'm going to pick St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Okay.
Nice.
And hopefully this
specific.
is like a short bridge, like it's not actual length. That's still gonna be a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
long drive. Like
That's
I just
gonna
want
be
to
a long.
teleport.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a
right?
long one.
That's gonna be a long
direct.
bridge,
can
but it
teleport
might be
the
worth
bridge.
it. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna pick. Somewhere nice and warm that I can escape the winter blues.
I've never heard of that place before. I might have to do some Googling.
It's very
Find
nice.
out what it's
It's
Yeah.
very nice.
It's a nice part of the world.
It is.
All right. What about you, Ron? Where would you build a bridge?
Well, since Matt was talking about him and John getting together to go to an expo, I think I would sit there and build one to
Yes.
Toronto. So me and
Aw,
Quag can sit there and go to
so
Toronto and be able to
sweet.
join these guys. I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of Matt and
Yes.
John. They're always up there having the bro.
Yeah.
And it was like, me and Quag are like so jealous. We cannot join them for the full brothership. I gotta build a bridge up there to
He
Matt's
wants to be
backyard.
part of the bromance. Aww.
I'll just say. Just say. Everybody's in Canada. Might as well just go ahead. I'll call up Marcus O'Neill. Like, hey, come down. Here we go. Everybody
answer.
together. The whole
Good
crew.
answer.
Can I change my answer now?
Yeah, you can change your answer.
All right, I'm building
change your
a
answer.
bridge to Melbourne,
Yay!
There you go.
Oh, very nice.
and it's gonna be a
Yes.
two-way bridge, so
Yeah.
Fool, you can come here all the time
There you
too.
go.
Heck yes.
We got it.
Matt, you can sit there and build a bridge to Australia so that way the bridges all meet. And then we can all get together.
Oh,
Whenever.
so just kind of
Yeah.
intertwines.
That's right.
Smart
Yep.
That's
thinking.
right.
All see each other.
You know what?
Strategy. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Matt froze.
I
He froze
I
on
was
us.
gonna
That's a
say-
perfect
I
freeze,
think-
though.
It really is.
All right,
That was amazing.
Back? Oh, he's back. All right. Are you back?
I'm back. I'm back.
What happened?
I'm back.
He got so
That-
excited.
I had a good
it
That was a
froze.
perfect freeze, though. It
Yes.
was great.
Good. Good. All right, I had a brilliant idea. Internet couldn't handle it. Okay. Perfect idea. Okay.
Oh,
Where-
God,
Yes,
that's
Matt.
great.
we're going to combine bridges. We're going to combine bridges to work together so that everybody in the carpool gaming community is going to be interconnected. So none of us, everybody can come up for sweet hangs in person, whether it's in Melbourne, in Germany, in North Carolina, down south in Texas, up in Edmonton. We've got bridges everywhere. We're doing the Death
That's a
Stranding.
lot of
We're connecting
bridges.
the world.
It is.
We're going to need a lot of
Hey,
money
that's
for all
the
these
answer.
bridges.
I know.
Oh, my God.
Can you imagine
That's
the
the answer.
taxpayer money going towards all those bloody bridges?
Jeez.
Okay. It's worth it. Right? It's
only
worth it.
money.
We could all have sweet hangs in person. That's right. It's worth it. There's your answer, Captain.
Oh my gosh. Well, as for me, yeah, I'm like the sole person that's living out on this giant island by myself in this couple team. So I want to build a bridge over to North America so that I don't have to be alone every time everybody says, oh, let's meet up here in Toronto. No, let's meet up here. Do this, let's carpool, do these road trips together. And I'm just like, but I'm all the way out here by myself. I can't do it anymore.
Understandable. I understand the feeling. I understand. Matt likes to rub it in. Like, oh, look, me and John went to this expo today. They're all happy, and I'm just like, man, I'm just sitting there just steaming. I'm like,
You wait
Just
till
at the
like
window.
a year from now when I'm up in Toronto for the Death Stranding concert.
oh, goodness.
yeah.
Oh, here
Matt,
it
are you
is.
going to
That's
that?
right.
Are you going to the Death Stranding concert?
Concert, I don't think I'll go, but when Bowsah comes up, I'm signing me up for sweet hangs after or before, for sure, 100%.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for the PlayStation Drive. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And how does Ryan end these things? Jeez.
So he said last time, this is the end of the Nintendo Drive, and then you go.
Oh, right.
yeah,
Okay.
You could say that. Please, go ahead.
This is the end of the PlayStation Drive.
All-wheel drive.
Episode 191. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this journey today. But before we head off, we have to shout out our patrons over at patreon.com/carpool gaming. Ron, take it away.
Hold on, let me bring the list up here. Hold on. Okay, our ultimate producers: Jonathan Brown. Website is linktree/pme.jib. Then shout out to Cwagmire, who reminds you that the best babes are Xenobabes. TechMike, who says whether you are Kevesi or Agnian, you're a Xenobabe at heart. Shout out to our platinum producers, Smokin Joe, the Captain, Tim Paullin, and our gold members, Adam K, Anna, also Dave 1337, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Emily O'Kelly, John 32, Liger Words 330, Mr. Giggles, OldMrFrump, Patrice Mallette, Peje EP, Riley King, Stephen Keller, and Toxic.
Yes, and if you would like to also be part of that shout out, you can go over to patreon.com/carpoolgaming and choose the tier that's right for you. And now it's time for our plugs. Bowsah, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me Bowsah13 on PlayStation, Xbox, Blue Sky, all the important places. And then come hang out with me in the Discord. We're always playing games together and having sweet hangs in there, so make sure you join up.
And Ron, where can people find you?
Savoy Prime on all the things: Blue Sky, PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, Backlog, True Trophies, PSN profiles.
And Matt?
You can find me as Nagachaka in the Carpool Gaming Discord and on Blue Sky. And, like Ron said, next weekend, you'll see me, Yon32 from Hype Factor, and I think Daryl from the community will be at the Toronto Game Expo. So if you happen to be there, come say hi. It'll be nice.
All right.
As for me, you can find me on Blue Sky and Instagram at Foolish Fuji. You can also find me over on YouTube and Twitch at Foolish Fuji. And if you want to find out about more of the stuff that I do, you can head over to foolishfuji.com or foolishfuji.card.co.
Card, baby.
Card.
That's it for the PlayStation Drive episode 191, and that's we're done. We're out. See you
Adios,
next time,
friends.
everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for checking out this week's episode of the PlayStation Drive. Now, before you drive off, please make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow us at Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget to check out our awesome merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, where you'll unlock all kinds of exclusive content. Links to everything are in the description.